Dumelo wins parliamentary election in Ghana. And in sports, Moses Simon's late strike leaves Nantes. Now the news in detail. The embattled Lagos-based lawyer and human rights activist Dele Farotimi has filed a preliminary objection asking the Ado-Ekiti Magistrate Court to strike out the suit. Farotimi, who was granted 50 million naira bail on Monday, made a request on Monday ahead of Tuesday's hearing of the defamation charge against him. The preliminary objection dated December 9, 2024 was filed through his lawyer, Senior Advocate of Nigeria Adeyinka Olumide, leading 19 others. And the 5 grounds of the objection, Farotimi argued, among other things, that the charge before the magistrate court was unknown to law, non-existent, and that the magistrate acted without jurisdiction on an incompetent charge. Also in the news this afternoon, President Frank Walter of Germany will arrive in Nigeria today on a state visit for 2 days. The German embassy, who made this disclosure in a statement on Monday, said that President Frank Walter would meet with President Tinubu and the President of the Commission of Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, Aliu Omar. According to the statement, Walter will then proceed to Lagos, where he will engage with business representatives, visit a startup, and meet with members of Nigeria's culture sector and civil society. He will tour the city of Lagos and gain insights into the urban development of the mega city, including environmental and social challenges. And moving on to the African scene, coming from Cameroon, 60-year-old Franco-Cameroonian author Charles Onana has been found guilty by a Paris court on December 9 for complicity in publicly contesting the existence of a crime against humanity. His conviction stems from statements in his 2019 book, Rwanda, The Truth About Operation Turquoise, where he referred to the notion of a Hutu-planned genocide as one of the greatest scams of the 20th century. Onana was fined 8,400 euros, while his publisher Damien was fined 5,000 euros. They must also pay up 11,000 euros in damages to the human rights organization that filed the lawsuit. And now moving on to the foreign scene, coming from South Korea. South Korean authorities have expanded a travel ban to include more top officials. This move comes after President Yoon Suk-yeol's attempted imposition of martial law sparked widespread controversy. The president himself was hit with a travel ban yesterday amid ongoing investigations into allegations of insurrection. President Yoon's party is reportedly drafting a resignation roadmap that could see him step down in February or March ahead of fresh elections. This development follows a chaotic week during which Yoon suspended civilian rule, deployed special forces and helicopters to parliament, and was later forced to re-sign the decree. The investigation into President Yoon and his allies is ongoing, with the Korean National Police Agency's Commissioner General Jo Chin-hyo and other top police officials being banned from travel foreign. Also coming from Syria this afternoon, Syria's Islamist rebel leader Ahmed al-Shara has pled to hold accountable former government officials responsible for torture and war crimes. This vow comes a day after he began talks on transferring power following President Bashar al-Assad's ouster. Al-Assad's departure marked the end of 5 decades of brutal rule by his clan. Assad's regime was notorious for its crackdown on the 2011 democracy movement, sparking a devastating war that claimed over 500,000 lives and displaced half of the population. The rebel leader has already begun coordinating the transfer of power, with outgoing Prime Minister Mohamed Al-Jalali focusing on ensuring essential services for the Syrian people. If you are just joining us, you're listening to the World News at Honor 103.5 FM Ibadan. Do not forget to follow us on all the social media handles at Honor 103.5 FM. And you can also listen live on the Radio Garden app at Honor FM Ibadan. Now to the business report. The Nigerian Senate's Finance Committee has issued a stern warning to government agencies, threatening zero budget allocation in 2025 for those failing to account for 2024 funds. This decision follows irregularities discovered in several agencies' financial records during yesterday's investigative hearing. The committee expressed dissatisfaction with the financial management system, emphasizing fiscal accountability and transparency. Senator Sani Musa, committee chairman, stressed the importance of agencies' appearance to justify allocated funds, pointing out the agencies failing to appear before the committee risk zero allocation in the 2025 budget. And in the entertainment news this afternoon, famous Ghanaian actor John Dumelo has emerged the winner of Ayawaso West Wongan constituency election in Ghana. Dumelo contested on the platform of the National Democratic Congress (NDC). He was declared the winner of the parliamentary election held during the country's general elections on Saturday, December 7, 2024. Recall that the actor contested for the constituency seat in 2020 but narrowly lost to Al Hassan. Dumelo, who began his acting career in 1991 while he was still in school, has since appeared in various Gollywood and Nollywood movies. And finally, in sport news, Nigeria's Super Eagles winger Moses Simon scored a stunning match winner for Nantes against Stade Rennes, securing a 1-0 victory. Simon's 89th-minute strike sealed 3 crucial points. Simon described his goal as the perfect moment, especially in the derby, echoing his similar feat against Lens last season. The win lifted Nantes to the 13th place out of the relegation zone. Simon's impressive performance earned him a spot in League One Team of the Week with an 8.52 rating. And that'll be all for now on the World News at noon at Ono 103.5 FM. Before we go, here is a recap of the major stories. On the national news today, we informed you that Faratimi has urged the court to disregard the suit over alleged defamation, listing 5 grounds. On the African news, Charles Onana has been found guilty of contesting crimes against humanity. On the foreign scene, South Korean president is facing growing pressure amid Matthew Law controversy. In business, senators threatened funding cuts for uncooperative agencies. And in entertainment, actor John Dumelo has won the parliamentary election in Ghana. And finally, in sports, Moses Simon's late strike has lifted Nantes. For eyewitness reports, news mentions and news commercials, contact the Honor FM newsroom at 0817-675-5555 or 0913-600-1035. You can also visit our website at www.honorfm1035.net for more information. The news was compiled by Adida Molasak and edited by Richard Ekwo. I am Timi Tokwedada. Thanks for listening.
And that was